Hey guys, it's Ryan from Ryan RY, and today we are going to be learning about why did the First World War start. So let's get started. When was the First World War? The First World War began on June the 28th, 1914. It ended on the 11th of November, 1918. What makes no sorry What makes November the 11th still special today? What guys, just quick question. Why do you think that November 11th is still special today? And I blurred the other box so you don't see. So if you want, pause the video and try and write in the comments. Okay? So pause the video and try and write in the comments. Okay. I hope you paused it and participated. Now let's continue. We celebrate the end of the First World War every year with an obturned silence on the 11th of November at 11 a.m. This is a time to remember all those who fought in the war and the millions of people who lost their lives. Yeah. Why did the First World War start? This is Archduke Franz Ferdinand. This guy. In 1940, he was due to become the King of Austria-Hungary. However, before he was able to take the throne, he was assassinated by a Serbian group called the Black Hand. So he was killed before he could claim the throne. This event was seen as the main cause of the First World War. However, there are several other events that led to the battle. Yeah, so this was one of the main reasons, but there were several other ones that led to the war. The colonization of Africa. The early 1900s in Europe was a relatively peaceful time, with lots of countries growing in wealth. Many European countries colonized countries in Africa, as shown on the map above. Only Ethiopia and Liberia, I know that country what this is, were free from European control. So, colonization Africa in the 1900s, for Europe it was a relatively peaceful time, and countries like the United Kingdom, France, Italy, and Spain, they started growing in wealth because it was peaceful and they could. It was peaceful in Europe and they could go on in control, which makes sense because in the 1900s this was the British Empire's map, this was the French Empire's map, and Spain and Italy. Yeah. So the red is France, the green is Italy, blue is Great Britain, the United Kingdom, and yellow is Spain. Yeah. The early 1900s in Europe. Britain and France were considered very powerful because they owned lots of countries. This is the British Empire, as I told you, in the 1900s, and this is the French Empire in the 1900s. Yeah, they're pretty powerful, and they owned lots of countries. In other parts of the world, which were mainly in Asia and Africa. At this time, Germany did not own any other country, as were not considered as powerful as Britain and France. They wanted to become more powerful, so began building large warships and creating a strong army. This led lots of other countries to do the same. So Germany got jealous of Britain and France's power, so it started growing stronger. And the other countries like Italy and Austria, Hungary, and the others were like, oh, look at Germany, it's growing in power. That's cocky. So yeah. Alliances between countries. Many countries began to set up alliances with each other. This meant that the countries would support one another and defend each other in case of war. There were two main alliances: the Triple Entente. This was an agreement between Britain, France, and Russia. So these three countries over here, the British Empire, the French Empire, and the Russian Empire, they all had an agreement and they formed a group called the Triple Entente. Okay, and the Central Powers. This was an agreement between Germany and Austria-Hungary. So Germany and Austria-Hungary were allies, and Italy was neutral during the start of the war, but would later on side with the Triple Entente, which is Britain, France, and Russia. The early 1900s in Europe. We already read this. Okay, whatever. Some countries grew nervous of the large armies and warships that others had available to them, and decided they needed to defend each other if there was an event if there ever was a war. Sorry. If one of the countries was attacked, the others in the alliance would have to go into conflict to help them. Archduke Franz Ferdinand. Archduke Franz Ferdinand is this guy was visiting armies in Serbia in June 1914, when a Serbian group called the Black Hand assassinated him during his visit. After a number of attempts from members of Black Hand, Gavrilo Princip finally shot and killed the Archduke. So this is Gavrilo Princip killed Archduke Franz Ferdinand. Yeah. So our question is, why did Britain enter the war? Because of the Triple Entente alliances between Britain, France, and Russia, Britain had to enter the war when France was invaded by the German Empire, was by the German army. The war began for Britain at the Battle of the Mons in Belgium in August 1914. So yeah, that's the end of our slideshow, and I hope you liked this video. If you did, smash that like button, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye!